Okay, so let's talk about the all or nothing thought behind sneakers and maybe getting yourself into a better financial situation because some people think you have to take the all or nothing approach. I don't subscribe to that. I think there are times maybe in your life where it can be beneficial to you, maybe to just do, as I've said sometimes, like a dead sprint towards a certain goal. If you're in a certain financial position, I totally get maybe abstaining from a lot of wants at one time to get yourself again in a better place, a more stable place. But it doesn't have to be an all or nothing approach. You can certainly enjoy those wants, those little things in life while also taking care of business. It's a balance. It's harmony more than anything else. And I often liken fitness to finance because I think they run pretty parallel to each other. Some will have the all or nothing approach when it comes to fitness the same way they do for finances. Also, I will not be offering or sharing whatever my diet is, whatever my workout plan is. That's a constant question that I get. That's just not happening. You're definitely going to have to figure out what works for you, your body, your goals, all of that, because it's so individual. But back to the discussion at hand. You don't have to take that all or nothing approach in fitness or finances. It's hilarious when people assume that I don't eat certain things because I'm fit and relatively lean year round. Yeah, no, I enjoy Oreos and ice cream and chocolate chip waffles and chips and what cookies, just anything else, okay, that I love. I enjoy that within moderation. The same way I still enjoy wants that I have that are definitely not, they're not needs. Sneakers or clothing, those aren't needs, okay? Eating out, that's not a need. Yes, I need to eat, but I don't have to eat out. It's not a need. You can harmonize what it is that you're doing. But there's always an opportunity cost associated with any action that you take, especially when it comes to finances. We don't have infinite amounts of money. You and I typically will have like a finite amount of money that's possibly coming in, whether it's your salary, even if you have multiple streams of income and your cash flow may vary, you have about an average, you have an idea of what's going to come in. And yes, there's an opportunity cost. And one of you, I think, commented this. It's been a minute. I'm terribly sorry. I'm just now getting to this, but there is certainly an opportunity cost associated with what you may be willing to do with your money. And then once you make the decision between A, B, and C, if you go with A, that means yes, you are giving up the opportunity to then experience whatever B may be and also C may be. So there's always going to be an opportunity cost based on your decisions or your choices. And hopefully that's seen through the student loan and sneaker resale series that I've done on this channel. The opportunity cost itself, I gave up the opportunity to buy the sneaker for resale because I chose to pay on the principal amount of my student loan. I had the opportunity to go for that sneaker for resale, but I also had the opportunity to go for a pair for retail, go for multiple pairs at retail prices below retail based on the sneaker market that we're in right now. And I think that's an amazing thing. So when it comes to really getting everything, I think, in a stable place, especially if you are a younger adult, right? While still balancing the wants and the wants, I'm not going to say needs, but the wants and the influences that are present on you. Just take a step back and take a deep breath. Figure out what are those ultimate goals that don't have anything to do with just your indulgences, okay? So if you know that I want to have that savings in place, because I understand it's going to help me sleep better at night. I will be less anxious if something were to go wrong, if an emergency were to happen. Maybe I don't have to call mom and dad to be able to assist me with this. Maybe I don't have to put this on a credit card, which I wouldn't want you to do that just because then you're going to have an emergency. And if you put it on a credit card and you can't pay that balance off, now you have interest accruing. So now your stress has gone up even more. That is not what I want for you at all. So you know, like, I want to have that savings in place. So you take a look at your income and you know what your needs are. Beyond your needs, you have whatever this leftover amount is. This is where you start to play around with, you're going to have some opportunity costs, okay? You're going to have some things you cannot experience if you're choosing to do other things. So if building up that savings is a top priority for you to close out 2024, figure out what that amount is per month that you want to save and put aside. So I don't care if it's only $100, and don't be discouraged that it could only be $100. That is progress. That is a choice. That is intention. I love that. If it's $100, $200, $300, whatever it is that you want to put towards savings, towards a goal, put that number there. You have that set aside. The opportunity cost, you may not be able to go out with friends as much as you did. You may not be able to get that sneaker, two sneakers that you were going after. If you're somebody that's going after pairs that are, I don't know, 120 to 150, right? If you're going after AE1s, if you're going after A6, if you're going after just different, more reasonably priced pairs, I guess I'll say, in footwear below 200, and you're putting aside $300 a month towards savings, then there may be two pairs that you're not getting. But that doesn't mean that it's the end of the world, right? This is just the reality of the opportunity cost. To experience one thing, you're going to have to give up another. You don't have to give it all up, though. If your overall amount of disposable income that's left over at the end of every month, maybe it's $500 total. So you say, okay, $300 I put aside and I save. You still have that $200 left. So you still have an opportunity to experience some of your wants, some of your indulgences. It won't be to the same capacity that you could before, but that's okay. You're still making progress in this direction towards your financial goals. You're still able to enjoy life in some capacity on this track. That is the harmony. That is the balance. And so maybe, again, if you were somebody that was used to buying two pairs, maybe it's just one. Maybe it's just one and experiencing a few things out in the city with friends with that leftover amount. And sidebar, if you are someone who is in an unstable financial position right now, and unstable means you're having a really hard time just paying the bare minimum of things you need to maintain life, roof over your head, utilities, transportation, food on the table, the minimum payments on your debts, then yes, taking a full step back is probably going to be the best thing for you. I don't think I nor anyone else would want you to continue to chase after sneakers, knowing that you could be in a position where you can't pay your bills and you're falling behind. Just to be able to say that you have a Gotham screen or you have a pair on your feet that everybody else may want, I would rather you actually be good than just look like you're good on the internet. And just a side note, on a recent video regarding the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Bleach Coral, some of you missed the point. Yes, I could have gone to other sites to find a 6.5 that was lower in total cost versus going on StockX. I wanted the actual dollar amount to align with the amount that was being paid on the principal of that student loan. That is the intention of the series, to show that a shoe is going for a certain amount. I can certainly pay that amount. I'm able to pay that amount, but I'm not willing to because I would rather take the opportunity to put myself in a better financial position versus just buy a shoe for resale. So there is a purpose behind the video. If you just weren't tapped into that series, then I totally get it. But some were touching on, well, the shoe isn't necessarily that if you go somewhere else. Yeah, totally understand that. Also, when you look at what prices are listed for sneakers, that's what the seller is willing to sell it for. The buyer needs to be willing to buy at that price. Even if they're able to, it doesn't mean that they want to. Hopefully that's another lesson. You need to make a decision for yourself as a buyer on what you're willing to pay based on the value that that shoe has for you. In no way, shape, or form does that shoe hold that high of a value to me. It doesn't. Above what I paid retail for that shoe, which, yes, if you have a GS, it's 110. If you have a men's pair, it's 130. Above that, would I pay that even then or now? No, absolutely not. I wouldn't. But the purpose of that, hopefully it's understood. And so if you've taken anything away from this channel, one, you need to do things that are in alignment with your goals and your intentions and just how you feel about life and footwear also in that same sense. For myself and sneakers, it's certainly shifted. I've always been really responsible in how I went about things, but there were also other goals that I just wanted to achieve a little bit more. And I understood being more intentional meant that I could do that. So there were some opportunity costs that I certainly experienced. I could have had so many different pairs on this channel, and you guys know that. I've spoken about that. No, I'm not a creator full time, but I would certainly have benefited from having these pairs on my channel. And so, yes, I gave up the opportunity costs of views and traffic and, reach and the impressions on YouTube, all of that. I did. But the harmony that I have found, it works so well for me. And I hope that you find that as well for yourself. So if you're still someone chasing 4 to 5 pairs a month, I have no problem with that because you're doing you. If you're someone in which you pulled back, especially trying to get your house in order as much as you can with the way things seem to be trending right now within the world, just know I definitely support you in that too. It won't be easy. Telling yourself no is not an easy thing. I think people assume that it's just like super easy. It's not. Self-discipline and consistency are some of the hardest things that you will ever experience in life, but you will be so much better off for them. So don't be afraid of the opportunity cost that will come with doing the things that you really want to do while still enjoying life. That's what my budgeting ebook is about, right? Enjoying the little things today while planning ahead for tomorrow. So if you ever have any questions about that, all you have to do is request a copy of that ebook via my email. I will get that over to you right away. Just a simple, basic read, just to give you an understanding of maybe how to formulate a plan. All it is really, like if you're afraid of the word budget, budget is just a spending plan. Just gives you an idea, a strategy of how to go about managing your income so that you can do the things you need to do, the things you want to do, and have them work well together. So, if you haven't caught my recent video though, in relation to, be careful what you ask for, because I think Jordan Brand has listened to an extent and it's still not faring well for people. There are 3 points made in that. Please be sure to check out that video. And as always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.